Good evening, fellas. So today I want to talk about something that I was requested to talk about yesterday. So I can't use certain verbiage just because, the folks that control this type of platform don't really like people to talk about this. But this is going to be about how to free your mind, both biochemically and literally. So I talk about this a lot in my content. So obviously the surface level of my content is that the lifestyle that I live, the way that I train, the way that I eat, got me jacked really fast in a way that nothing else ever did. But at the same time, one of the reasons that I know I will live this lifestyle until the day that I no longer wake up with oxygen in my lungs is because my brain is functioning on a completely different level. You see, I wish I had more videos of who I was prior to all this. I wish I could show you guys recordings of just how I carried myself, how I felt, how I talked about myself, how little self-confidence I had for most of my life. I spent a lot of my life very inside my own head and feeling a lot of mental pain, a lot of fear. And I've talked about extensively with you guys how fear is of the devil. It is meant to keep you weak. It is meant to keep you doing nothing. It is meant to keep you thinking that your pain is a punishment rather than a beautiful blessing and a lesson that you can use to help other people out of the same pain. So this is really near and dear to my heart because I have seen firsthand, whether they be my clients, whether they be people I have just met in the world and shared all the stuff I've learned with. You have to realize that when you make this jump, when you start to train and eat the way that humans are meant to, yes, your metabolism functions differently. Yes, you are putting different building blocks into your body, eating them, and you're using those building blocks to create a much different quality body. But you have to realize what that does to all the cells in your body. Every single cell in your body is made up of something that you at one point ate, including the cells up here. So the first thing I want to break down is the metabolic state that most people are in, and as a result, the headspace that most people are in. And then I want to break down how you can get to the point where you are in a superior headspace that will allow you to dominate in any realm of human endeavor. So first off, I want to talk about how most people have never experienced ketosis and how most of their ancestors spent most of their lives in ketosis. Prior to agriculture, 10,000 years ago, I feel like I've said that line a quadrillion times on this channel, but it is a must that I say so. Prior to that, our species was not eating what you see in the supermarket. What you see in the supermarket, those are plants that have been bred through agricultural practices to be more edible, to have less defense chemicals, to be far more tolerable by the human body. I say tolerable, not optimal. To the point where most people are able to have them, let's say caffeine, and not cease to exist like a lot of other animals. For example, if a squirrel eats caffeine, coffee, it's going to have horrible effects. I can't really talk about it, but one of the side effects starts with S-E, ends in Z-U-R-E. I don't know if I'm probably misspelling that, but my point here is that humans get away with that, but they don't get away with it in the long term. At first, you'll have a coffee. At first, you'll have a plate of broccoli. Yeah, you'll probably not feel anything. It's not like you're, buzzing off of it or anything. It's not like you're really you're just feeling it immediately and you're just like, whoa. No, but over the long term, that's going to degenerate you. There's a reason why after agriculture, brain size, cranium size, the size of the human skull decreased on average, along with our bone strength, the straightness of our teeth, and so many other factors that point to us being less healthy, way weaker, and just lower quality human beings. So think about before this agricultural revolution, most humans, because they were not at access with those carbohydrates very frequently, maybe a bushel of berries they stumbled across once a year. Those ancestors, who you descend from if you're alive today, were in ketosis very often, 99% of their lives, if not more. You, if you live the way all these people do, you have never been in that state. You give yourself carbohydrates, you tell them, oh, I'm having the healthy kind, I'm having fruit. And as a result, you never touch that Zen-like, hyper-focused hunt state known as ketosis, which is also anti-inflammatory. Has huge healing benefits throughout the body, but guess what? That anti-inflammatory effect is going to impact the brain. Most people are walking around with inflamed brains. No wonder they're upset. No wonder they're sad. No wonder they can't get motivated. No wonder they think that their life is terrible and that there's no way to fix it. You see, when you heal your brain with ketosis, and then another thing I'm going to talk about, you're able to think differently. And the quality of a man's life is dictated by the quality of his thoughts. That is the sole thing. The sole reason God gave you this brain that can literally imagine and picture things that you've never even touched. So, getting ketosis is the first step here. But the second, I highly recommend you filter your water to remove a certain thing that starts with FL, ends in IDE. This will change your brain dramatically. And compare it alongside ketosis, you will be unstoppable. You see, breaking free of the matrix doesn't mean, becoming a millionaire. It means having the brain of a millionaire. Because once you have that, you can do anything. You can become a billionaire. You can become, maybe if you don't even care about, providing for your family and, having wealth, which the Bible says a righteous man leaves an inheritance for his children's children. So, shout out to the people saying that, you need to be poor in order to serve God. It's not true. You have to realize that part of there are two facets of your success. One, your ability to imagine and think and be creative, which is from God. He is the creator. He gives us creative power. And then on top of that, your ability, wait for this one, your ability to think differently than other people. If you do what everybody else is doing, you're going to get the same results as everybody else. And the average person does not like their existence. So when you do something that most people are unwilling to do, like eat this crazy diet, work out in the strange way that I do, you're either going to make no progress or you're going to soar above all those people. And all you have to do is look at the tons of examples of what happens when you adopt this lifestyle that I talk about. And you will obviously be able to tell that it is the latter. Okay? So, understand this. When you start this lifestyle and you see how fast you can change your brain, your body, everything, by doing what everybody tells you not to do, you're going to wonder what else they're lying to you about? What else are you holding yourself back with by believing what everybody else does? And this translates into everything. Relationships, business. When you're able to conquer and push through and think of things that other people are too weak to touch, too afraid to touch, too close-minded to touch, you will go places that they can never touch. It's as simple as that. And it starts with changing your physical reality, changing your biology, changing what you see in the mirror so that you can change what you see in the world. So I will leave you all with that. As you know, when I say changing your physical reality, it involves looking in the mirror and being proud of what you see. So that is one of my main missions here, alongside the other esoteric stuff that I try to teach you guys. So for that reason, I have gotten lots of requests for fitness coaching, which I currently do with many clients. I want to keep it pretty small just so I can reserve one-on-one quality, but I do have some room for some more clients. So if anybody is looking for one-on-one help to go through the 4 phases that I outline of getting fat adapted, priming, fasting, fat cycling, and at the same time, learning the way that I train, work capacity, density training, clusters, all that kind of stuff that has brought me unimaginable gains and has ramped up the process of getting adapted to the diet, which leads to the cognitive benefits that I keep talking about that have accelerated my business career. I love teaching people this stuff so that they can go off and do this on their own forever, which they all do. So if you're interested, shoot me a DM on Instagram. I'll see if I can help you. If not, I got all this free content. Digest it, watch it, binge watch it, and learn everything I know. So Jesus is King. Peace out, y'all. It's been a good night. Had some dinner with a friend. I'm gonna get a little bit more work done, get my morning process done in the morning, and we will go from there. I will talk to y'all soon. Have a great night. God bless.